Alright, so here I am in my 2015 Chevrolet Malibu. It's of the 1LT trim level. Unfortunately, it's not a 2LT or an LTZ, which would be even better. That's the top of the line if you didn't know. But you know what? As of late, I've been learning to just accept what I have and realize that things aren't really as bad as they seem sometimes, or most of the time, for that thought. Anyway, but to get into this system, guys, let's actually focus over here on the 7-inch screen. This is the smaller variant of the two, and to say that doesn't really put out the notion that you're getting less with a smaller screen, because you're just totally not. The way Chevy has outsourced the development for their 8-inch screen and their 7-inch screen, which is of course again the one I have here, the 7-inch screen, is they're completely different. Both of them offer different OSs, completely different. As I say again, user interfaces, is everything is again, for lack of a better term, at the moment, different. All right, so it's currently powered off, as you may be able to tell by the silence that is currently in my background and by the screen here. If you didn't know, now you know. This is what it looks like when the system is turned off. But for some reason, if you are in your car, if you have one of these, or if you're considering getting one of these, and you forget that, the splash screen is what that means, your system is off and you try to do something, this will happen. So let's come over here to my steering wheel here and hit that voice command button.
Radio is currently powered off. Please turn on the radio before using the voice recognition feature.
There you go. A subtle reminder that lets you know, hey, you got to turn it on in order to use anything on it. And just a little tidbit here on a kind of a backdoor way to get into your system, just to get the bare minimums without utilizing any of the media features. You can hit the home button. This will happen. Everything's grayed out, but of course your phone, because that's not really a viable source of listening to music. It'd be kind of weird if it was, right? But let's go ahead and turn this thing on, and all we do, of course, to do that, and I'm not trying to insult anyone's intelligence here, I'm just trying to make this video as detailed as I can possibly get it, so please bear with me. I'm going to hit the power button here, and it goes to the last source of media that you were listening to or indulged in prior to shutting off your car. So as you may have heard just now, there was a little bit of a reverb in my voice, and that is because the phone that I'm using right now does allow you to utilize a Bluetooth microphone to use with your videos, so that's what happened just now. It's just playing back what it's recording through the car's microphone there. So this is what you're presented with. You're presented with a number of screens. Let's try to get a little bit closer here. Not too close, I guess, before my camera starts freaking out. And this is what you get. 8 icons per. And my last screen, it's the third screen, so I figure I'm really not ever really going to be in there, so I just limited that to 3. And I keep saying I, because you are presented with the ability to customize this thing exactly how you want it, which I find to be really cool and may just be a selling point. I know for me, I didn't really know about this feature prior to actually purchasing the car. The videos that I did see on YouTube, not to say anything bad about anyone else, but no one really tells you this, so I'm going to accept the responsibility here and utilize the liberty that I'm presented with right now to let you know that, hey, you can customize this. And I don't know about too many other automakers that allow you to do that, that allow you, to go in and say, hey, this is my car, I'm paying for this. The infotainment system is going to look like I want it to look like. So with that said, this is a list of all of the services that are available to you. You get your key ones like Pandora, XM, Bluetooth, the list goes on, and even a few others that I just really did not even expect to see. Well, I did, because like I just said, I did some research on this car before I bought it. A lot of research. You should do that. Do a lot of research, and I hope that you're watching this video as a part of your research. Maybe you are considering getting one of these, and I strongly urge you to do that. But more on that later. Back to the screen here. Yes, the weather, movies, and fuel. I didn't really expect to see that. And I say that again, even though I just told you that I did. What I mean by that is, in a car, as a part of its infotainment system, without having to be tethered to your phone. This is pretty cool, because what it does is, as the names of these three options here imply, you get your weather, your weather forecast, I believe for the entire week. You get your movies, it goes out and tells you what's currently playing around you, and your fuel. Again, same deal as with the movies option there. You get the current gas prices that are contingent upon your location. So there you go. And with that said, you might be wondering how the three of those services gathers that information, and well, I'll tell you that they are all a part of your SiriusXM subscription. So yeah, it's location based through Sirius. This is a Chevy vehicle, a GM vehicle. It does have a GPS antenna on top, and I believe that the XM also goes through that. So it's all one antenna. Just to talk about that a little bit, the antenna on this car encompasses, everything: the radio, your OnStar, and your XM. So it's all in one antenna, and the way it looks is not huge. Technology these days is ridiculous. I love it. But there you go. So those are all of the options that you do have. Pretty cool if you ask me, and you can arrange this in any way that you want. So the array is unlocked. I would show you an example of that, but to be completely honest with you, I didn't really do my homework before I started this video tonight, and to say that I should know how to do it, but I only did it once when I got the car, because when it came out I want to say out of the box, is that analogy? I didn't unbox this car, I bought the car. When I first started it and saw the way all the icons were arranged, I was like, yeah, that's not gonna fly. So you see here, again, let me go back into the customization menu. Some of them are unchecked on the side here. AM was on there. Everything that's unchecked here, pretty much for the most part, was on my favorite screen. Hey, it's a favorite screen. You tell it what you want to see every time you hit that home button down there, or every time you hit the home button soft key up there. So that's what it is. 8 icons, and to show you a little bit of what each one of these, at least on my home my home screen, looks like, let me go into a couple of the icons, if not all of them. Yeah, let's do all of them to show you what each and every source looks like. So FM, there you go. And with all of these, you get a menu option that ties in deeper into whatever it is that you just selected. Sometimes you do have to tap the screen twice. It's a computer, guys, but it's not at all terrible. It definitely is very accurate. So all of the channels are available in your area. You get a category list. Everything that you would expect is here, at least from what I expect to be here is here. This is what I feel like should be in a menus section for an FM source. So there we go. And just in case you're, what is that term? It has evaded my mind. But if anyone knows of the term, and maybe it might come back to me and I'll just blurt it out before the conclusion of this video, that goes out to the stations and gathers information here, please let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, you can update that if you find something's out of whack, like if you're listening to a Pink song and the next song up from the radio station is some Linkin Park and it stays on a Pink song. Well, obviously those are two very different artists and you are listening to Pink. So there we go. Just an example there. And going into the iPod one, hey, that's kind of what I was listening to last. Well, not kind of, that's exactly what I was listening to last. I guess I was in an EDM kind of mood. And that's what it is, guys. Something really cool that I know cars are starting to do these days. My last car didn't do it, and it was modern. It was a 2014 Mitsubishi Lancer GT, so the top of the line, naturally aspirated from Mitsubishi, the Japanese company, if you didn't know. It didn't incorporate that. It did have a touchscreen. I believe its size was about, 5.5 inches. So it was a little bit smaller than this one. It just lacked a lot of features that I expected to see. So, of course, when I got into this car and started it up, went on a test drive and everything, I was completely blown away. Everything you see in these commercials, guys, Chevy has been reformed completely. They're not just trying to pitch a market, typical market kind of thing on you guys or us. It's true. The seats are great. The luxury in this car is amazing. Let me just pan over here a little bit. That's ambient lighting in a Chevrolet Malibu. Now, by all means, this is not really a cheap car. It came in at around 25 grand, but there you go. It's one of the cheaper ones out there, I'll say that. But hey, that's what you get. It's pretty cool. But to hop off of that, kind of on to that tangent a little bit. I apologize for going on another tangent. Going off the whim, I wrote a script for this, but for the life of me, I cannot locate it, which kind of looks bad on me, but that's not the case in all of my videos, so please bear with me. I just needed to get this off my chest so I could have a sound night's rest tonight without this thing bothering me. With that said, if you'd like me to shoot a more in-depth video, a full review on the car, I will do that. I'll get into everything that I could possibly think of you wanting to know about it and just shoot a pretty cool video, or try to shoot a pretty cool video. I don't know what this person's looking at next to me. Hey, yeah, I'm shooting a video, guys. Mind your business. Anyways, back to the screen. Yep, it's been sitting here on this iPod menu. Time has been elapsing. I'm sorry. Here we go. Like I said, and this is the case. It's very fluid, guys. Everything that you would expect to see from any menu that you're in, based on whatever source it is that you got the menu from, is there. If I pull out my iPod right now, this is what you see, with the exception of the Play More Like This, which is currently highlighted. You get everything, guys. And to say that the iPod does have a Play More Like This selection, they just don't call it Play More Like This. It's called, I believe, Genius. So if you're familiar with Genius, it's exactly that for this car. What it does is it utilizes the Grace Note service to compile a list of songs it thinks you might be interested in, based on whatever metadata it gets from the current song that you're listening to. So an example of that would be, I'm listening to EDM right now, right? So let's go to a different song, because in a prior video I already made a playlist off to this, a Play More Like This playlist off to this. So let's say I really am in the mood and I really want to jam and bump the Traffic, right? And different, songs alike, Traffic from other artists I might have on my iPod. I hit that twice. Succeeded. And what it does, contrary to any initial beliefs, is it not only creates the playlist, but it starts playing that playlist right off the bat, so it doesn't make you go look for what it just created, which would be really bad coming from a car. So there you go. And just to prove that, it is in the playlist option, More Like Traffic. And there you go. So more EDM. So that's the iPod one. I like it a lot. It's pretty cool to use. Sources, you get to move around, and redundancy is a thing that the developers of this system, Philips, if you must know, believe in. And the reason I say that is there are 3 different ways to switch sources on this system. There's the soft key here, there is a sources, or a source button here rather, and there's also a source button on the steering wheel. So hey, 3 different ways. You choose how you want to do it. Now, I really do like that approach. Great job, Chevy, with your outsourcing. Philips knew what they were doing with this system. So just to go back home, and for the sake of this video, I'm going to skip a couple of these icons and kind of show you what I think a lot of us out there would be most interested in. So just one more of the multimedia one. I'm going to choose Pandora because it's what I have access to right now. I don't have an XM subscription. Unfortunately, it's not supported up here. Any form of satellite radio is just not good in Alaska. It sucks, guys, but hey, that's what it is. It's what I have to deal with. But let's go into the Pandora menu or source, and it goes to paused. It realizes that, well, your volume's down. You probably don't want to listen to music, so I'm going to pause it for you. It's smart. There we go. Alright, so let's raise this thing up a little bit so I can demonstrate what you can do with Pandora. In a car like this, you would expect to have voice commands, right? So you're not always having to touch the screen. At least that's what I would want from it. And here we go. There is a commercial from Pandora. But in the event that you are not listening to something with a commercial, I'm going to cut the video right here and come back with it when a song is actually being played.